let's get into this topic. Let me kind of caveat this before I give you all the reason why you don't see this, okay? So, I own a brand called Naturalicious. If you do not know me, my name is Gwen Jameer. Welcome to the group. It's lovely to have you. And my brand is Naturalicious. We are sold in stores all around the world. Whole Foods is is the most well-known store that we're in. But on March 30th, we will be going into Sally Beauty Stores, which is another very, very well-known brand. I hope that you all go out and support it so that we can get into even more stores. With that said, because I own a brand, we had brands in order to raise brand awareness, they have to market and they also have to advertise, okay? So I'm just kind of giving you all kind of like the behind the scenes of what brands have to do. This is something that you guys already know, but I'm just kind of bringing it to the forefront of your minds, okay? So we have to advertise and we have to market our businesses. Those are two different things. They're not the same thing, okay? With the advertising, a lot of times brands will run ads. And in this day and age, it's not advantageous for the most part to run ads only on television. They're very, very costly. And so with the advent of technology and in what my good friend Lamar Tyler likes to say, the gatekeepers are gone, we can now run ads for our businesses through social media in places like Facebook, in places like Instagram, even Pinterest, YouTube, Google, you name it, what have you. Brands are able to run ads at a relatively much more cost-effective cost per click, okay? And so that's what a lot of brands do. So Naturalicious, not excluded from that. I have several other competitors who are actually my friends. A lot of brands that you guys probably know and love also. The circle of natural hair brands is relatively, there's a lot of them when you think of it, but there's only a certain amount that are playing at a certain level, and a lot of us are friends. We know each other and we support each other and actually collaborate a lot together, which you guys may or may not know. So with that said, I see their ads on my timeline. I see my ads on my timeline also sometimes, which is kind of cool. When I'm scrolling through my own timeline, I see my own ad. But anyway, so I'll see these ads and I notice, and even some of the brands that I don't know the owners, I'll see their ads on my timeline as well, because obviously they are able to micro-target who they reach out to. So unlike television, when you run a TV ad, right, you are only able to put the ad, put the commercial on a certain television show and hope for the best that somebody that's in your demographic is going to see it, like it, and buy it. Yes, silence. I gotta caveat this. Thank you for joining. This is totally your hairstyle. So I totally jacked your style. So thank you so much for posting it yesterday. I thought it was so adorable and so cute. I gave you some love earlier. I don't know if you saw it, but I just want you to know that I loved it. I loved it, loved it, loved it. So thank you so much for posting that. You are the bomb. Okay, so back to the point of this video. So when you post an ad on TV, like I said, you kind of have to hope for the best, keep your fingers crossed, and hope that somebody is going to see it and buy whatever you're selling, right? However, with social media, you have the ability to micro-target who you want to see your video. So, for example, white male conservatives would not see my ads because it's not my target market, right? White, Asian stay-at-home moms probably wouldn't see my ad or ads of my competitors because they are not our target, right? So just to give you an idea, you'll see a lot of ads. The reason you see so many ads from various brands is because most of us have not exactly the same, because we all have kind of like our niches, but a lot of us have very similar types of customers, right? It may be an African-American professional woman who happens to love Blackish and shops at Whole Foods and does yoga. I'm just throwing out like various things. It could be anything, right? And so you can target down that granularly and say, this is who I want to see my ads, okay? So just to kind of give you guys some background on why you see these ads in the first place, okay? So now that you know why you are seeing the ads, then here comes why you're seeing certain types of ads. Now, there's algorithms, and I do not proclaim to be a Facebook ads expert. This is why I hire people who are Facebook ads experts, right, and digital marketing experts. However, my background is in digital marketing. It's actually what I did before I owned my company. And the way the algorithms work currently, now this may change, all right, because they always change, but the way they work currently is the more a post, ad, whatever is commented on, shared, and liked, the more you will see it in your feed, right? So follow me here. The more a post has likes, comments, and shares, the more you will see it in your feed. Now, when I had this theory, because I was like, I see all these women on various ads, whether it's a Naturalicious ad, whether it's a, any other brand that I see on my timeline that's in my space. It's chock full, and I see all the videos, but I definitely, just like you guys, see more of the looser hair textures. The girls who are naturally curly, who don't, people will say they don't have to do a whole lot to their hair to make it curly or what have you, which that's not true. Actually, that's not necessarily true depending on their hair type. But the conception is that if your hair is less naturally kinky, you don't have as much work to do. Your hair isn't as much of a challenge or a problem, air quotes here, as it is for someone who does have a coarser texture of hair. Okay. And so a lot of times I see these comments and they're saying, how come I never see any 4C ads? Here goes another video of a girl without 4C. Her hair was naturally curly. She didn't really need anything. Where are all the 4C girls? 4C, 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 4C. And because representation matters, I get it. I get it. But the problem is that I'm like, but we do have 4C ads. And I know this brand owner. And I was at her video shoot when she shot the 4C ad. So why are people seeing the 4C ads, right? And so, or 4Z, like Bernadette said, right? Where are the girls with the really coarse hair? How come these ads aren't showing up on the timeline? So I had this theory, and I consulted our digital marketing team because they are the experts. I also consulted some other people who don't work for Naturalicious, who are also digital marketing experts, and each one of them do not know each other, but each one of them confirmed my theory. And this is what I thought and what I figured out. Because most ads, because of the algorithms, they're shared more if they are liked, commented on, and shared, right? So when I see the videos that have 4C, 4Z, I've even seen people say Wakanda hair, what have you. When I see those ads and I can see the number of comments, let's say it's an ad that's been running for a while. This ad may have 200 comments on it, right? Then there's another ad for someone who has a looser texture of hair. Let's say she has 3C or maybe like a really loose 4A, right? And that ad may have, say, 1,000 comments on it. But the ad with the 1,000 comments, I'm going to say a good amount of those comments are people saying, where's the 4C at? How come I only see 4C? How come I don't see no 4C? Why are all these 3C girls? How come I never see these type of ads on my da-da-da? So these are people more or less complaining that they're not seeing what they want to see, which is over here, which is the 4C ads, okay? And so again, because the algorithms show more videos, they serve the ad to you more often, or the types of ads to you more often when it's liked, commented on, and shared. The algorithms are not quite smart enough at this point to know if the comment is a complaint or if the comment is praise, right? It just knows it has comments on it. So this ad over here has 50% of the comments may be people complaining that they don't see what they want to see, even though both these ads may have the same amount of money budgeted for them. They may both be running at the exact same time. They may both have started at the exact same time on the exact same day. But because this one has more, this one over here, which is the one that has all the comments, not most of them, but a good amount of people complaining that they don't see the 4C ads, this one's going to get served to you more because the Facebook ads or Google ads or whomever it is that you're looking, YouTube ads, it's seeing the comments. And so therefore, because there's so many comments on it, it's saying, okay, this is what people want to see more. And so in order to maximize this particular brand's budget, we're going to serve this video more, because if it's got comments on it, people must be liking it. And so it's being served more to you. So it's not that the brand is not running 4C ads. It's not that there aren't videos for 4C. There are ads for 4C. And what always like kind of interests me is when I see the comments, because I don't always get a chance to see all the comments, but you know, every now and then I'll pop in and people will say, well, where's the 4C videos? Where the 4C at? How come she ain't got no 4C? And so I always just grab a link. I'm like, here's the 4C right here. And then they're like, oh, okay. And so they see it and then they're cool. You know, they're happy, right? But representation matters, right? So they want to see it on their timeline. And unfortunately, we don't have any jurisdiction over how the algorithms work, right? The only thing that we could possibly do is to spend more money on one particular ad. But because representation matters, everybody wants to be represented, right? So what's going to happen is you have a bunch of 4C people all of a sudden seeing their one ad, but then you got the 3C girls who are like, where are we at? Where the 3C? Where the love for the 3C? Da, 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 da. You know, it's like, we can't make everybody happy, right? So then the other thing to keep in mind is that we all live in a microwave society. We all want our information very quickly. So it's when you have a very limited amount of attention span for people, you have to hit them really quickly, right? So you try to serve as many ads as you can. So now what I'm seeing is that people are saying, well, okay, I'm seeing some 4C videos. So where's the ladies with the short 4C? Where's the ladies with the long 4C? Where are the ladies with the great 4C? You know, and so it's like you try to make sure that you are hitting every possible group of people, you know. But again, brands only have so much money in a budget to spend on ads. And so for that reason, that's why you don't see as many 4C ads on your timeline. It's not that brands, now I'm not going to say that all brands have 4C. Some of them just don't. They don't even have them available because they just don't make products for a coarser texture of hair. And so they don't have, or they don't target that hair type. And so they don't have those videos. But the vast majority of brands actually do have kinkier hair videos. And the reason that you aren't seeing them is because there's so much activity on the ones that are not 4C. And a lot of that activity is people commenting that they want to see 4C. So I hope that kind of gives you some insight into why you don't see it. Representation matters so much. And as someone with type 4 hair, I don't have, I have 4C, but it's like way up in here. It's like a small patch of hair. The rest of my hair is more or less 4B-ish. And on a good day, it's 4A. But it matters. And everybody needs to see themselves. And so I hope this sheds some light into why you aren't seeing them. And that also gives you some understanding that it's not that brands, most of these brands are owned by women who look just like you, right? There are some brands who are owned and pretend to be owned by people who look like you. A lot of them aren't owned by people who look like you. But a good amount of them are owned by women who look like you and who care, who have your hair texture. So it behooves them to have videos that actually represent themselves as well as their customers, right? So it's not that these brands, including Naturalicious, my own company, does not have these videos. They are, and every time we see somebody who asks about it, we always post the link. We have, you know, several. Actually, it's interesting. We actually have more coarse hair videos than we do loose hair videos. But those loose hair videos get served so much more because the algorithms know that this is getting all the activity. So we're going to serve more. We're going to give people what they want. We're going to, you know, they're commenting on it. People are liking it and sharing it or whatever. And even if that share is someone sharing it on their page to say, how come I don't see 4C videos, right? Even if they're sharing it with a complaint, they still see it as a share. So they still see it as a share, and that still counts. It gets, quote unquote, more points than a video who only has, you know, has less comments. So I hope that makes sense.